Alright, what is going on YouTube? And today we got a brand new Spiral Abyss video. And I'm sorry if you can hear the air conditioning going on in the background. It's just a little bit of a hot one today, so got the air conditioning running. But yeah, this was a pretty fun Spiral Abyss. It took me a couple tries, but it was nothing unreasonable. I thought, like, it wasn't enraging. Some tips I'll throw out right off the bat is that the first half, it would probably be in your best interest to have an electro unit of some kind, be it a hyper carry like Raiden or Chlorine, or just doing a Hyper Bloom type of team where you have a electro character, a hydro character, and a dendro character to create the dendro little blooms, and then directing them with your electro character that's maxed out on elemental mastery. Any of those options would do very well the first half because of the triangle Dorito shaped dudes that started off at the beginning of this chamber. And then on the first half of the last chamber on floor 12, there is the boss Dorito, like the big one that turns invisible for a little bit, and you need to do electro damage for him to turn visible. I did not use an electro unit because I wanted to see if I could just smash my way through with this Geo team, and I could. Arataki, Itto, Quad, Geo did the trick for this first half. Second half, we are running Hu Tao, double Hydro, but instead of Zhongli or Kazuha as the fourth slot, we're using Kirara on Deepwood Memory, just to get some little Dendro reactions, a little bit of Burgeon reactions in here, because my Hu Tao does have a lot of elemental mastery, and I just wanted to run the shield to be safe. And I honestly don't think that I needed to run a shield, because this isn't a shield heavy or necessarily a healing heavy Abyss, or I should say that it's not necessarily needed. What you mostly want are two teams that can do a lot of damage pretty quickly. And I say this because you don't have bosses on this one that have a ton of health with rare windows to deal damage in, like the Ruined Serpent or that big Dendro Snake Whale monster. Nothing like that, but because you have a lot of medium health opponents like this right here, these Pyro Heralds or whatever you call them, a lot of stuff like that, like the 3-wave type of chambers. And so you just want characters that can do a ton of damage to these medium health ones, and these guys don't necessarily do a ton of damage to you, so I would just focus on maxing out the damage potential on your team. And I think you will do pretty well, especially if you're good at dodging and iframing or whatever that's called. You know, just using an ult when they're about to do a fatal blow to your character. The only ones that I would say are pretty dangerous for your characters where you may need a shield or healer is right here, the Magu Kenkai, just because he does that thing where he lifts his sword up, plunges it in the ground, and just does so much damage right there. I didn't have a problem, obviously, because I ran Quad Geo with Zhongli, so I didn't encounter too many problems there. And for the previous chamber, second half, that you just watched with the Pyro Heralds, you'll just want like maybe a Hydro or Cryo character, or some character that can quickly melt through the Herald's shields, because taking out the shields takes a decent amount of time. Even for me with the Hydro characters, I felt like we were cutting it a bit close, and then you still have 2 more dudes to face after that. So just having a character that can shred that Pyro shield quickly is very important. I'm sure that if I wasn't using this Quad Geo team, I could have cleared the first half, like both first halves, a lot quicker, and then had more time with my second team. But I liked it this way because if you've been watching the videos for a little bit, I really like Itto, I really like this Quad Geo team's playstyle. I think in 16 days on July 1st, when the Abyss resets again, I'm going to try a different team comp. I'm going to try to use, I want to say Mono Pyro Hu Tao, and we can't do Mono Pyro Hu Tao because this chamber I obviously need somebody to melt the Pyro shields. But I'm gonna try Quad Electro first half, we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll do quad hydro second half. I just want to make a fun, like, spicy video where I use 2 quad same element teams, mono element. So, and no reactions. So we'll see if that happens. I'll give it a shot. If the video doesn't come out, obviously I failed. But yeah. In other news, if you are a big Call of Duty fan, then I have got the event for you. Like, we are coming out with the Duality 2 montage pretty soon, me and Q-Tip Games. So if you are interested in COD at all, go check out my Quick Scoping for Christ series, where I quick scope on Call of Duty. Me and my friends are taking a tour through all of the older Call of Duties. Pretty much every Call of Duty that we own, we're going back and playing for like a month or two, hitting some clips on there. My next Quick Scoping for Christ will be a BO3 one, and it's going to be pretty good, I'm not going to lie. But Duality 2, the big multi-COD montage, huge multi-COD montage, me and Q-Tip Games work on together, is going to be coming out pretty soon, so that's super duper hype. And if you even like COD a little bit or know anyone who is into COD, definitely check it out, because it's going to be worth watching. It's going to be our accumulated best clips that weren't in Duality 1 pretty much since we started grinding for clips. So yeah, I just thought I'd talk about that for a little bit. What is this thing called? Algorithm of the semi-intrim... I don't even know. The words are really tiny on my screen. But we'll just call him the Matrix of Overseer. This thing would be much easier to blow through if you had an electro unit, but as you can see, for me, I'm pretty much just constantly spamming my full rotation, and that is what worked best for me. I tried to save up the rotate, like all of the ults for when he became visible again, but I realized that I can pretty much spam all of the ults and skills on my team that I need to beat this guy constantly without having to worry about too much energy. And that's because I've been mining a lot of pieces for Goro so that he's generating more energy particles. I really focused on trying to get him some energy recharge. So cycling through is the easiest way to destroy those little things that make him go into the state he needs to be electrified in. The boss I'm talking. And then I pretty much just can keep cycling back into Itto's ult and do enough damage by the time he's visible again. So that was kind of my strat going against him. This whole team, I obviously just kind of went ham. I am running Deepwood on Kirara, and she's half built. She's 80 out of 80, and her main her skill and her burst are both at level 6 talent level. The only reason they're so low is because I don't have her level. I don't have her leveled up enough with because I don't have enough of the Dendro Stone or the Dendro Gem. So that's why she's 80 out of 80. And her like talent boss, like the weekly boss to get her talents, I just started grinding, so it'll probably be a while before she's totally maxed out. But I think that her artifacts look pretty good. I thought this last chamber, or the last half of this chamber, was a little annoying because I hate these consecrated beasts, like the bird and the scorpion that you fight right here. I feel like they do a lot of damage. I guess when I said that you didn't need healing or shields, I was slightly wrong, just because they can one-shot you. But if you're a skilled dodger or anything like that, you should be good, I would say. I just want to say before I get into the builds after finishing off the Scorpion that if you guys have any Genshin videos or ideas for me that you would like to see, let me know. Obviously, because of materials and resources in this game, characters take a while to build. So if I don't have any of that available, obviously the video might not be able to happen. But if you have any ideas or like requests, just feel free to post them down below in the comments and I'll see what I can do. The next Spiral Abyss video I make, I'll go over all the characters I have and have built. You can kind of see them a little bit at the top of the screen right now as I'm going through my Itto build. Itto build hasn't changed much since the last Spiral Abyss video. Goro is pretty much the only one on this team that I have built a lot, and I just ramped him up on energy, recharge, and defense, since you pretty much only need his burst and skill. And I pretty much just use Goro to buff. I don't really want to use him for too much damage, so he's pretty much the Geo battery, which sounds silly, but when I'm using 3 out of 4 of these characters' bursts constantly, or as much as I possibly can, then a lot of energy recharge is kind of wanted, especially so you don't have to max out Itto's Geo energy particles or his energy recharge on his kit much at all. And then the Hu Tao team, not much has changed other than Kirara, and I did crown Jinkyu and Yelan's burst and skill on both of them, just because I feel like I might as well completely max out everything my Hu Tao team has to offer. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope if you're pulling for Chlorine or Alhaitham, or when the banners flip and you pull for Farina or whoever the other one is, then you get Farina and the other character as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed, and God bless you guys. Peace out. I'll see you next time.